great to meet you today. And I'm currently a JTS volunteer, and I'm attending meetings and classes, and I'm a staff for the Jeonto Drama School and English class. And as I attend those things, and I realize that I'm having a hard time to express myself and talk to people loudly and clearly, and especially my voice is very low whenever I talk. So later, I think I'll lead the groups and having a lot of meetings. And I'm super nervous to speak in front of people, so I want to overcome my weakness. So I just want your advice. And before I thought it's because my dad died, who kind of yelled when I was young and kind of raised me strictly. So that's why I blame my dad. But right now I realize that it's my problem and I have to overcome this. And even now I'm kind of feel so nervous, and I feel my heart will come out from my chest. Yep. So from your advice, and I want to live my life much lighter and in a bright way, and in my job and the society where I am now. And I want to do a good work for others. Thank you, Sina.
네, 아무 일도 없습니다.
There's nothing going on.
네, 괜찮아요.
Everything's okay.
말 잘했어요.
You spoke really well now.
가슴이 조금 두근두근 하는 건 다른 사람도 다 그래요.
You know, if you have a little butterfly when you speak in front of others, everybody else feels the same.
지금 객관적으로는 아무 문제가 없어요.
So objectively speaking, there's nothing
예,
wrong.
머릿속에서 자기가 문제가 있다 이렇게 자꾸 생각을 하는 거예요.
But it's in your mind, it's your own head that's telling you you have a problem.
문제가 있다 이 생각이 지금 문제예요.
So the real problem is this thing telling you that you have a problem.
제가 예를 한번 들어볼게요.
For example,
어떤 학생이 100m 달리기를 했어요.
say a student ran a 100-meter course.
15초에 달렸습니다.
And he clocked 15 seconds.
그 사람이 저한테 자기는 달리기를 못한다고 자꾸 얘기를 합니다.
And that person keeps telling me that he's slow.
자기는 달리기 할 때마다 못한다 해서 늘 싫고 하기 싫고 해야 된다면 막 가슴이 두근두근하고 억지로 한다고 대답합니다.
And he said he hates running 100-meter races because he's not good at it. And every time somebody forces him to run, then he gets little butterflies in his stomach and his heart palpitates.
그럼 이 학생은 뭐가 문제일까요? 달리기가 문제일까요?
Then what's wrong with this student, this person? Is it the race itself?
Actually, I don't know what to say.
뭐라 그래? 다시 얘기해 봤어요. 뭐라고 했어요?
Actually, I don't know what to answer for that, but I think running makes every bit fast.
15초 정도, 100m에 15초 정도 달리면 보통 학생으로서 괜찮은 거 아니에요?
So if you can run 15 seconds, 100-meter race, you know, that's pretty good.
Yes. I think so.
그런 것 같아요. 근데 자기는 지금 달리기 못한다고 자꾸 주장을 한단 말이에요.
But that student keeps telling himself that he's no good at racing.
그래서 자기는 못한다 하는 생각 때문에 달리기가 두렵다는 거예요.
And because he thinks he's no good at racing, he's afraid of racing.
그러면 이게 실제로 못 달려서 달리기를 못해서 그래요? 심리적인 문제.
And then is this a psychological problem on his part, or the fact that he is really not good at racing?
It's a psychological problem.
심리적인 문제의 첫째는 자기는 세계 선수처럼 잘 달리고 싶다 하는 욕심이 첫째예요.
So the first problem to his internal, psychological issue here is that his expectation is that, or his desire, that he wants to be a world-class racer. He wants to run as fast as, those at the top.
그러니까 욕심을 내기 때문에 이게 긴장이 되는 거예요.
And because of this desire, he tenses up. He gets nervous.
우리가 10명이 달리기를 한다면 10명에 누가 1등하고 누가 꽁지하고 해야 될 거 아니에요.
So if 10% runs a race, then one of them has to be the winner, one of them has to be the last.
그럼 1등하는 전국에서 1등하는 사람만 10명 모아가 달리게 해도 꽁지가 나올까요, 안 나올까요?
And if you take, the first place finishers from across the nation and put them in the same race, you're bound to have a first place and a last place, even among the first place people.
꽁지하는 사람만 10명 모아가 달리기를 해도 1등 나올 거 아니에요.
If you take the last place winners, last place runners from across the nation and run them into a same race, one of them will actually be a first place winner, and one of them will still be a last place.
그러니까 객관적으로는 달리기 잘하는 반에서 꽁지하는 아이가 못하는 반에서 1등하는 아이보다 달리기를 훨씬 잘하잖아요.
So objectively, the last place winner, the last place person who ran in a class filled with athletes is probably objectively faster than the first place winner that ran a race among slow people.
그러니까 잘하는 반에서 꽁지하는 아이는 열등의식을 갖게 되는 거예요.
So therefore, the student who placed last among the athletes in that race, is bound to develop an inferiority complex because he placed last.
그리고 두 번째는 어떤 심리적 불안이 거꾸로, 그러니까 욕심 때문에 심리적 불안을 가져오는 게 있고 심리적 불안 때문에 거꾸로 이제 이런 두려운 생각을 갖게 되는 경우도 있습니다.
Of course, the case I just explained was, your desire, high expectation actually creates the nervousness, right? And another case, as you mentioned, is that there's some kind of psychological issue that also leads to nervousness or anxiety.
그러니까 첫 번째 케이스는 욕심을 버려야 되고,
In the first case, then you gotta let go of your desire or expectations.
두 번째 케이스는 의사의 상담을 받고 치료를 해야 됩니다.
And in the second case, depending on the severity of it, you have to consult with a medical professional and get treated.
네, 둘 다 큰 문제가 없는 거예요.
But neither is a big problem.
치료가 필요하면 치료해버리면 돼요. 치료하면 돼서 나으면 되는 거고.
If you need treatment, get treated and get cured.
욕심이 냈다 하면 나한테 좋으려고 욕심을 냈는데 욕심을 낸 게 나한테 더 나쁜 결과가 나왔다 하면 욕심을 버리면 되는 거예요.
And if you are greedy and have high expectations and you do that in order to better yourself, but it's actually making you worse, then you have to let go of that desire.
그래서 제가 볼 때 별 문제 없어요.
So from my perspective, you don't really have an issue.
예, 저도 어릴 때 이렇게 어떤 일을 하면 늘 조마조마한 그런 마음이었습니다.
So when I was little, I was always anxious when I was about to do anything.
그래서 달리기 할 때는 늘 그 뒤에 줄 서 있다가 화장실에 2번, 3번 갔다 와야 됩니다.
So when I was about to run a race when I was little, I had to go to the bathroom, once, twice, or 3 times because I was so nervous.
그리고 사람들한테 말하는 게 굉장히 부담스러웠어요.
And it was really difficult for me to speak with others.
근데 이렇게 자꾸 하다가 보니까 좀 익숙해진 거예요.
And I got used to it because, I kept doing it.
근데도 지금도 아주 면밀하게 살펴보면 제가 처음에 할 때보다는 뒷부분으로 갈수록 좋아지는 걸 발견할 수 있어요.
So if I observe myself, deep down, I can see myself getting better.
왜 그러냐면 처음에는 내가 가진 원래의 까르마 때문에 항상 조금 이렇게 싫은 자세, 약간 좀 하기 싫은 자세에서 출발한다는 걸 이렇게 볼 수가 있거든요. 왜냐면 하고 싶지가 않기 때문에.
So whenever I start speaking, the first part of when I start speaking, I still sense the original karma kind of resisting and making me anxious.
근데 이런 까르마는 많이 이렇게 극복은 할 수 있지만 완전히 없어지기에는 좀 어려운 것 같아요.
So the nature of karma is that you can overcome them to a certain extent, but it's very difficult to extinguish them completely.
한국에서 유명한 코미디언이고 이 말 잘하는 우리 김재동 씨 아시죠?
So, there is a person named Kim Jae-dong. He's a comedian who is known to speak well in Korea.
그는 무대 늘 얘기해 보면 무대 올라갈 때 이렇게 가슴이 떨려요. 마이크만 잡으면 괜찮은데 그 전에 늘 이렇게 떨고 있어요.
And when I talk to him, he has confessed that before he goes on the stage, he's always nervous. He always has butterflies in his stomach. His heart always palpitates. Once he grabs the mic and starts speaking, he's okay. But before, he's a mess.
남이 볼 때는 다 아무렇지도 않게 보이지만은 사람들은 다 이렇게 조금씩 이렇게 어려움을 겪고 있습니다.
So when you look at somebody, he might look very smooth and professional, has no problems in this world, but everybody has their own issues that they're dealing with.
그러니까 괜찮으니까 앞으로 계속 괜찮아. 아무 문제 없어. 자꾸 이렇게 생각해야 됩니다.
Since everything is okay and you're okay, just keep telling yourself that you're okay.
아까 말하는 거 보니 잘해요.
Because, from the way you actually asked the question to me, you did really well.
노래할 줄 알아요.
Do you know how to sing?
Yes, I know.
노래 한 곡 해봐요. 지금.
How about a song?
Can you recommend any songs that you like?
아무거나 그냥 이럴 때 탁 불러보는 이게 이제 이런 문제가 생길 때 바로 극복을 해야지 자꾸 움츠러들면 안 돼요. 그냥 해버려요.
Any song, doesn't matter what it is, something that instinctively comes out. Because every time you feel this way, you got to stamp out the anxiety and nip it in the bud.
가슴이 떨리고 조마조마하고 눈물이 나도 그냥 노래를 해버려요.
Even if you're anxious, you're tearing up and your heart's like beating outside of your chest, just go ahead and sing.
망설이는 시간이 길면 안 돼요. 그냥 팍 해버려야 돼요.
You can't hesitate. You just gotta get into it.
Would you have my favorite song? Let me check. Give me a second, please.
잘하라는 게 아니니까 그냥 해요.
네.
I'm not telling you to sing professionally. Just do it.
지금 병 치료하는 거예요.
Because this is actually, we're trying to treat you.
Just let me adore you. I hope you're fire for you. Just let me adore you like it's the only thing I ever. I'll stop.
네. 자기 내가 보니까 잘하고 싶은 병에 걸려서 그래요. 잘나고 싶은 병에 걸려서 지금 이런 거예요.
You're suffering from a sickness of wanting to do too well.
그러니까 자기가 별거 아니다. 이렇게 생각을 해야 됩니다.
And so you have to tell yourself that you're not a big deal.
저 좌우명이 길 옆에 핀 한 폭이 풀이다. 길 옆에 자란 한 폭이 풀이다. 이런 얘기 못 들어봤어요?
Have you heard that adage that you're like a blade of grass on a side street?
내가 아무것도 아닌 줄 알아야 됩니다.
Basically, we all have to know and realize that we are nothing.
그래야 삶이 자유로워집니다. 가벼워지고.
Only then can your life be more lighthearted and free.
네. 잘 안 되거든. 선생님 얘기 듣고도 잘 안 되거든. 병원에 한번 가보세요. 네.
And try what I said. If it doesn't work out, then also, see if you can get professional medical help.
네, 전문가의 도움을 받으면 훨씬 좋아집니다.
And if you can get help from an expert, it gets a lot better.
우리 여기 참 전문가 한 분 있잖아. 저 이름 뭐지? LA에 전문가님 한 번, 저 신경정신과 의사 선생님 한 말씀 해보세요.
We actually have an expert here from LA, right? If you know weigh in, please go ahead.
Oh, sure. But no, I think, well, I guess I should introduce myself as Richard Hoffer, and I work in the Ventura County Behavioral Health near LA. Well, anxiety is definitely one of the harder things to treat. So I think I kind of understand from the questioner side because when the people do come into the clinic for treating anxiety, it's really tough. Like it sometimes takes like years to manage, and I think just the treatment modalities we have are probably maybe not as effective, or it takes a long time, or there's some maturity, or it takes a lot of practice. So no need to be kind of perfect with trying to manage anxiety in the beginning, and it will just certainly take a long time, especially either with medication or counseling. It's always been hard. Thank you.
네, 전문가의 의견이었습니다.
That was an opinion of an expert.
그러니까 지금 이대로 괜찮다 하는 것이 첫째 중요합니다.
So what's really important is for you to tell yourself that it's okay right now.
그래도 잘 안 되면 절을 하면서 저는 잘 살고 있습니다. 감사합니다. 자꾸 이렇게 절을 하면서 기도를 해야 합니다.
And if that's not enough, I want you to do bowing practice and keep telling yourself and repeating to yourself that, you're living well, you're doing good.
그 다음에 망설일 때는 잘하려고 하지 말고, 망설이지 말고, 그냥 뭐든지 그냥 일단 해고, 그 결과가 나빠도 그냥 받아들이는 이런 자세를 자꾸 이렇게 연습을 하면 좋아집니다. 사람 앞에서 말도 해보고 나누기도 해보고 어떤 결정이 망설이지만 그냥 아무거나 해버리고 이렇게 해보면 사실은 별건 아니에요. 이래 결정하나 저래 결정하나 별 차이가 없어요.
And if you experience moments of hesitation before you do anything, before you actually seek to speak in front of others, sing, or make a decision, just go ahead and do it and don't get caught up in the moment of hesitancy, and then deal with the consequences as they may come. And soon you realize if you practice going through your hesitations that whatever happens is no big deal as long as you're willing to accept what happens.
어렵다고 했을 때 포기하지 말고 그냥 울면서 그냥 자꾸 해요. 그래도 계속 억지로라도 하면 이렇게 좋아집니다.
And don't give up because it proves to be difficult. And even if you find yourself tearing up or crying, just go ahead and go through your hesitancy, and then you'll find yourself getting better.
Thank you so much, Sunny, for your advice. Actually, I asked you a question like 10 years ago in public, and I don't remember how. I was nervous at the moment, but I don't remember now. And right now, it's my first step to accept myself and move on from my past. And I used to actually blame my dad a lot, but right now I definitely know that it's my problem and I need to overcome and to live better. Thank you so much.
말 잘하고 있습니다.
You're speaking really well.
아무 문제가 없어요.
Absolutely no problem there.
항상 불안할 때 스님이 아무 문제가 없다. 그래, 나 아무 문제 없어. 이렇게 하고 시작을 하세요.
So whenever you feel anxious before you do something, just remember me telling you, Snim, that I have no problems at all. Just go on.
이럴 땐 좀 믿음이 필요합니다. 믿는 자에게 복이 있나니 천국이 너희 것이니라 이러잖아요.
So this is a case in which a little bit of religious faith might be helpful. So just believe in me and go forward. The blessed are the believers, right?